All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be in the world. I am Lampy28, and today we have IVRL qualifiers number 4, day number 4, and we are getting things started quickly here as we are jumping in, and we have our first matchup. Let's bring up our beautiful co-caster Trip with us. Camera now on. You can see that beautiful beach face of his. And we are going to get started, guys. We are in the first matchup. We got Cobra Cartel versus Error 404. We missed round number 1, so we're going to get flying straight into things here as Cobra Cartel is on defense here. It does look like Tricky being one of the last members up on offense on Error 404, looking to find his way to the A site.
I'm not sure where the scanner got dropped here, but
Does look like it's long A, based on the mini map, and it does look like Goodbet has his eyes set on it here, as you can see it. And Tricky is looking tirelessly for that scanner. Goodbet here in the audio, looking around and snapshotting right on to Tricky, and it does look like Cobra Cartel taking an early 2-0 lead here.
Round starting. Get ready.
Let's get those team names up for you guys.
Cartel up with a 2-0 lead right off the bat. They did win that pistol round very handedly. It didn't even take the full round time.
Shots from Long B here as Tricky does pick up Zlink, peeking a little aggressively on his defense. And Mikosik pushing through the middle is looking for that guy, defender, and they do get that guy. Orzo does get Tricky in Long B. Cobra taking down Patty on the long side of A as well. And there is a hot battle here in A side. Goodbet holding down Long A, grabbing those shots.
Looks like the assault's going to go for B, though. Mikosik gets Orzo, and the objective is open. Artifact? It's an artifact, right? That's
the artifact. Yes, the artifact is open for its scan. Running down Long B here, looking to smoke it through the smoke out, but didn't wait patiently. Got picked off from it, but Amikosik on the quick refrag, and round number 3 going to Arrow 404 for their first point of the day.
Amikosik definitely. You saw him looking at. Was it Badger that was still alive as well? He waited for his teammate to die to know that there was someone coming. Like he used Badger as bait.
Yeah,
100%.
And in this game, that's quite all right. You know, I mean, you got to use your teammates the way you need to use them for that last kill. They probably had a good kill count and knew if they would find out where that defender is and make things a lot easier. And we are on a big A push here from Arrow 404. Tough smoke there as it does get caught in the wall, but good defense at least. Chosen by Patty, waiting patiently, waiting for someone to come through the smoke. Those audio cues of the cost. And again, more heavy utility coming on the A side. Defenders rotating in from B, coming back to help out the rest of the gentlemen in A. And lots of shots taking place there in the tunnels. And Badger seems to be all by himself and not connecting those shots. Lots of lasers on him, nowhere to go.
A really good defensive setup there with, who was it? Mickle VR was at the tunnel looking back towards the corner while they had someone from B to A long shooting those long range shots and covering that cross. So they really had to focus on multiple positions when they were trying to make it. And you know, it's hard. It's hard to shoot 2 people at once, guys. I've tried. Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, and your focus and your mind goes to both people. So sometimes you don't get enough shots on one guy and you try to shoot the other and you end up dying and not killing anybody. It is tough. Badger with a nice angle here, looking for Michael VR, and not going to pick it up. But lots action going on Long B side. Does look like Tricky takes down one, and quickly we're at a 4v4. Amikosik danger close here, throwing out a grenade. Beautiful defensive smoke being tossed out by Mickle as well. Little pre-fire through the smoke. Audio cue is going to give out. Amikosik trying those shots as well. Not going to take place. And waiting patiently here is Tricky in the Long B side. Going to now get aggressive and look for Zinc. Zlink does have sights set on him and does take him down.
Badger goes down in the catwalk trying to go for B. That's B, right? Yeah. I'm not good at numbers or letters, people.
Yeah, B is up on that platform with the catwalk. Amikasa coming in slowly here and quietly.
Does have the scanner on him, but he's got 4 defenders, just 2 on this side though.
$30 remaining.
Mikasa using the patience and just listening for footsteps, listening for any audio cues that are coming out. He's got to be hearing this guy. Link, one hand on the ladder, one hand on the gun, but Mikkel with those shots, beautifully done.
He's ready for it. He's ready for that pop-up. That one hand holding the ladder, other hand on the gun. Fortunately, we didn't need to see some cool action because his teammate came in there and robbed him of his glory.
They sure did. They sure did. And Arrow 404, we know Arrow 404 really well from our Onward days, and pretty much same lineup. We got one extra new guy. Not sure who Ikari is, but Cobra Cartel, I don't know much about them, but they're putting up a heck of a fight here on this map.
If I remember my video games right, Cobra Cartel is coming from Pop 1. I believe they played in an invitational or 2 there. Orzo spraying out that Natix spray while crouching down to avoid the gunshots. Tricky getting taken out with a headshot by Z-Link. Orzo trying to fight Amit Kosick. Smoke comes out right into Orzo's position, forcing him off of that spot. Gonna rotate back.
Cobra moving up catwalk here, looking for that guy who normally is playing and guarding catwalk. That is Z-Link right now, but he is staying back. Cobra with a grenade into a known spot, not going to connect with anybody. Coming through the smoke, going to hear the coughing. Z-Link is pre-fire, and so is Mikkel, pre-firing through the smoke, trying to catch anybody. And Cobra does go down as Badger tries to push the long side, and Orzo with the double. And Mikasa gets up Mikkel. Orzo still alive, could get 3 here, and he does. 3 kills for Orzo on the long B side, and what a defense there. What a defensive hold, I should say.
Yeah, strong defensive hold. I like was it Cobra going through that smoke, man. I don't know, he wasn't looking the right way on my screen. I don't know if it was a desync or what, but when the smoke went away, he was looking the wrong direction, and he had to like flick really quick. And situational awareness, man, knowing where you're looking even if you can't see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Chat saying I might be a little bit loud, so I did turn myself down just a little bit.
I just want to hear more of me.
Ah, yes.
We'll put some predictions in chat while we're at it too.
Oh, Badger, nice shot on Mikkel in the center, taking control. Looks like Arrow 404 really does have control of this mid. 3 of them sitting here with some pressure now on the A side. And now the center is pushing out onto A. Beautifully done there as Cobra does make that peek, picking up good bet. Badger also getting 1 more. A side is now open. 1 left, Patty. Patty gets taken down. Z-Link last up for the defense. Scanner in mid. Now they got to make that decision which side is clear. Ikari still looking around, making sure that A side is clear. Looks like the offense is going to make that A push. Tricky is going to try to keep the guy in B busy while they come in for the scan here on A.
Round lost.
And regardless of how the round goes, if you kill all 5 members of the opposing team, you earn 1 point. Or if you send the scan or defuse the scan, you also only earn 1 point. Best of a 21, first to 11 is the name of the game here. And round number 7 just went to Arrow 404 with a great offensive push.
Air 404 is changing up their attack on pretty much every round here. They're not favoring one side. I don't know if they've played this team, so maybe they're trying to feel them out, and they're gonna have a different play style like at the second half of the match. But right now, they just kind of seem to be going wherever they want to go. They don't really seem to have a plan.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to be fluid like that in a game like this. It's a small map. There's a lot of action. There's little time, so it's about reading your opponents and just being fluid. Catwalk's always a very high action place here as we see some early flashes and grenades coming out, some defensive smokes blocking some views, not allowing the offense to push through there.
Like that nade throw to clear Catwalk to pre-clear it for Amick. I don't know who threw it, but that's a smart play because you don't want to take your hand off your gun when you're right there at the corner.
Exactly. And the offense really just taking control of mid there. You know, they got 4 guys in mid, 1 on B long, 1 near A. And they're just trying to control the mid, trying to decide which place is best to push after they get a few kills.
And the Kozak blind firing, oof, not catching anything. But he's behind.
Good bet with a 3-piece. My goodness, good bet. He is going off. Good bet turns into good shot, turns into just amazing job there on defense, and we had a great first-person point of view on that one.
It's not over yet, but good bet currently leading the scoreboard with 11-4.
Yeah, first one of double digits there, and it shows just in that that round right there. You got a nice 3-piece there, taking out the 2 on A and 1 in mid. Good reaction times.
Let's talk about the loadouts these guys are running too. It looks like everyone's running assault rifles. Yeah, all M4s on the Air 404 side.
Yeah, it does look like it.
And an AK for good bet. And all M4s except for good bet.
Yeah, one of those maps where the M4 is definitely favored, you know, being a long range more or less. I'm kind of surprised there's not at least one Vector or one up in there. But defense holding good here. You got two in the mid, 3 mid really, and 2 long A. Well, Tricky just get missed there by good bet as he was staying nice and crouched down. Badger danger close to Patty. If he could peek this corner. And there's the shots, and Patty with an excellent reaction. Hope I'm saying Patty right. What was your guess beat on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ricky last up here on along A. As soon as he shoots, he's going to give away his position, and he does. Looking for another one. Knows that everybody is going to start to crash on him here very, very soon.
30 seconds remaining.
And Patty, once again, with a beautiful shot there. And Patty's holding their own as well in not just the double digits from good bet, but the 3 below that, all 8 kills apiece. I mean, everybody's doing their job there on the Cobra Cartel side.
Round starting. Get ready.
It looks like we are going to have a technical pause here. I'm not sure who called it, but we're going to have a 5-minute timeout. So let's talk about these loadouts again. I just want to point out here, on the Air 404 side, every single one of them is rocking a frag. But on the Cobra Cartel, only 3 of them are carrying frags. I can't tell which one of those is smoke and which one of those is flash. Is flash the solid one and smoke the...
That's a good question. I don't know. I honestly don't know
Badger,
what they put on.
Well, it looks like all of Air 404 have the same one, and I believe they were throwing smokes. So I'm going to assume that the full one is smokes, and the one with the line is a flash. Until I'm told otherwise.
I would say whichever one's used more. Let's see which uses more, because smokes are used more than flashes. So I'd say the full one is smoke. You know, smoke being full. But I'm sure someone in chat will tell us. But yeah, and guys, if you watched the stream yesterday on IVRL 1, you all know Paul, right? Etch. I mean, everybody knows Paul now.
Oh boy.
Paul is the hottest new thing here in IVRL Vail. And folks, we have a merch store up and running right now, and we'll send that link into the chat. But you can find yourself some beautiful IVRL merch and also some Meme Paul t-shirt. So let's get that into chat.
I just have to wait 2 minutes for that to match up with chat for this to make sense.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like in the future, in the past. I have the command queued up. I'm just ready to type it. Like,
and that will be in chat, so if you should see that anytime now. But get your stuff over there. Pick up some IVRL merch. We have some great stuff on there. The team has put in a lot of time and effort in making some cool stuff, and there's more to come. So they just finally released that to the public, and the website for the merch store is still being tweaked yet, so it still got some more stuff being added to it. But if need be, you can go to shop.ivrl.org to find those if you're not getting it in chat. Shop.ivrl.org. And then also make sure you're finding us on Discord and liking these channels, following these channels that we're casting on right now. So IVRL 1 and 2, where you can find all of our streams for Vail and for Onward. And also you can there'll be a link in chat for multi-stream. So if you want to watch both games today, multiple games at the same time on IVRL 1 and 2, you can watch both at the same time with that multi-stream link. So that'll be in chat as well. Other than that, man, 7-2. I've got to think that Arrow 404 probably called this timeout, being down 7-2 and about to have that round switch, kind of recapture themselves and find out what's going on. Yeah, let's
I'm listening to the stream right now, just waiting for you to say merch so I can send this command. Just waiting for it.
waiting for the word Paul to come out and listen to chat blow up.
There it is. There's Paul. Merch command.
There we go. There we go.
I'm gonna have to find a way to delay commands. We'll get on that for next week.
Like a timed command.
Be sweet. Yeah.
And folks, if you're watching this for the first time or maybe just catching on to Vail, this is a PC VR only game. So, A, you have to have a VR set. B, you have to have a PC that runs the game. And man, these guys just still in alpha stage. This game is still in its alpha stages. I mean, you look at the beautiful lines, the beautiful architecture, the character models and all the integration that they put into this it's amazing. And they're just getting started for the most part. And I can't wait even for the next couple months what that's going to be like. And being in VR, using your own hand as the controller. I mean, you are the controller, so it's not a crosshair on a keyboard and mouse type of thing or a controller. You're using your hands. You're throwing the utility manually. You're reloading the gun manually. All that is playing into a huge, huge factor here. And that's the
You're handing the utility to your friend to throw because you can't throw very well. You just hand them the utility.
Or you got a small play space and you got lights above you and you can't throw without busting a light open or hitting a cabinet. Oh, man. Yeah, good times. Yep, we still in a timeout, folks, if you haven't noticed already. Take a look at that scoreline once more. Jump into the scoreboard, show our beautiful faces. A little bit of background music as well. We'll have to wonder why our team logos are not popping up, though. I'll have to take a look at that between the next matchup.
We can solve it.
We can solve anything. We do have Trip with us. Trip is our tech wizard. He is the one that created all this beautiful stuff.
We can fix it right now. If you just want to send him to an intermission, we can fix it right now.
That's okay. They can see on the main scoreboard on there. But Trip is responsible for making all this beautiful stuff. So in chat, please tell him thank you and how amazing this caster stuff setup is. All the assets, the beautiful transitions, and the videos and everything else that takes place. This is all him and Etch. So we can't thank you guys enough for making our job so easy and making the audience have such a beautiful experience here. And you can support myself and Trip and Etch and all the other casters by either subscribing to the channels or even, there's a tip channel, so we can even post a link to tip. Everything helps around here to keep things moving and flowing and increasing.
Just the tip, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we need. Just the tip.
Just the tip. And that is our command in chat. I would imagine that this timer is about to end here as we are getting close to that 5-minute mark. See example.
I think this is a technical timeout, not a tactical timeout. I think there's a moderation happening right now.
Ah.
But it might be longer than 5 minutes.
How dare they?
Hello.
Right. Again, look at that score feed there. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. All right, folks. Does look like it's more of a technical issue on some of the lobbies, so we are going to just send you to a quick intermission, and we'll take care of this, and we'll be back here soon. Don't go anywhere. I am Lampy28. We are IVRL Qualifiers Day number 4. We'll be back in just a second, folks.
One of the main reasons Vail is such a big deal is that it's the first VR game designed from the ground up as an esport. Vail is not the first VR esport, but every other game before became an esport after the fact, and it often happened without the explicit support of the developers. It's always been this weird situation where the esports communities that form around VR games received mixed levels of involvement from the makers of the games they play, ranging from interested to indifferent to outright hostile. In many cases, the esports scenes in VR exist in spite of their developers rather than because of them. There are a few developers who recognize the value of esports, but they are the exception and not the rule. For the first time, a VR-exclusive studio has not just the interest, but the kind of resources that are needed to build a world-class esports experience, which goes beyond pure game development. It means running events to build communities on platforms like Discord, putting on high-quality tournaments, including LANs, and creating partnerships with big content creators and companies who want to get involved in this cutting-edge scene. All of these are too capital-intensive for the majority of indie VR dev studios, but XLab is in a unique position to make all of it happen. From the perspective of an esports league like the IVRL, it's been a fantastic experience. XLab communicates every day with the competitive scene, and we talk to them on a regular basis about anything we think needs to be fixed or built out to maintain competitive integrity. They're setting a trend with how close they're integrated with their esports scene, and it's clear that the future of VR esports is bright with companies like XLab taking these first critical steps.
I get asked this all the time. Why VR esports? Who cares? The reason why it's so important, VR esports, is because when people watch others play, especially in the context of these incredibly high skill ceiling matches and tournaments where people are actually playing on the highest level. The reason why it's so important that we build a game that people can feel is worth trying to play on its highest level is because when people watch these tournaments or watch these games, it's aspirational. You might not be the best player in the world, but you watch that, you learn a lot about how to play the game, you learn a lot about how to enjoy the game, you get to enjoy the drama of watching someone else want to win. It's an amazing story. Being able to watch that, see how it all works together, as a prospective customer, which is a player, it's amazing. You've sold me at that point. If I watch a tournament and I see how bad others want to win and I see how high the skill ceiling really is, I've learned how to play the game, I want to play the game, and now I'm going to play the game just because of that. And it was delivered to me in this like entertaining manner. It's marketing, it's onboarding, it's getting someone hooked. So that's why we do it. That's the business reason. The other reason is because I want to play a game that's on that level. And our devs, we all want to play a game that's on that level. It's also for selfish reasons, but it is justified and it does make business sense. And then there's a lot of competitive players that seem to agree with us too. So I think we're doing it for all the right reasons. And then we always get hit with the, well, why don't others do it? Because it's hard. It's really hard, that's why. No one wants to do hard things, it's not fun. You could just make a mobile game, and with a mobile game you could print tens of millions of dollars. Why do you want to work so hard? Because we just want to do something different. If we're not doing something different, then it's just not exciting and we're not going to attract the talent we want to make this a long-term thing. We're not in the business of just spinning up another random IP every 2 years and having something on Nintendo Switch and having something on tablet and having something on Quest 2 and like that business model, I wouldn't be good at it. And I don't think anyone that works at this company would be good at it. People want to work on something long-term that's stable, that's good, that they can see over time, how they evolve as a person, how they evolve as a player, and how the dialogue and conversation with players grows and we make a better game together. That's what we want to do. And that takes years to do. And it's not easy. It's not something you can just pick up one day and say, I want to do that thing. Even with all the money in the world, you can't just do that thing. It takes years and finding the right team and having a lot of luck. You need to have all the ingredients. So that's why we're so lucky and we have it all.
All right, folks, we are back. Technical timeout. Does look like there was some issues with one of the players on the field, so we got that taken care of, and we are moving on here to round number 10.
10? Yep, round number 10. 9.
10.
9 points on the board.
9 points on the board. 7-2 here in favor of Cobra Cartel, and early shots come out, taking down Cobra here in the middle. And not to get you confused, but Cobra is not on Cobra Cartel. He is on Error 404. And Mikosik with a great refrag there in center, in mid, as two members now down for the Colonist side, the Arrow 404 side, as they are struggling to take control of mid here and find out where they're going to push. And it does look like they did pick up the scanner, and Mikosik does now have that grenade coming out in the mid, right where someone was, but not there any longer as they did rotate. Ricky making his way up on catwalk. How is Orzo going to play this? Footsteps are going to be heard. Orzo flipping it around, and trade comes out from Tricky and Orzo.
Got to remember, Good Bet doing all the kills from over on the A side last time.
Yep,
He goes down to Kari.
17 seconds. They got to get this scan started. Patty all
Mikosik
alone
does
here
have
on
the
defense,
scanner.
and on the here comes the rotation from the A side. Z-Link's trying to get in there. They don't know Patty's there. They can hear it. 2 seconds left, and this one is going to go into the defense's hands as Patty picks up another kill. Beautiful job there by Patty, clearing out 2 on the A side.
Switching sides.
They had that trip, and she just waited. She just waited to hear, scanner to come out.
Yeah, that notification sound when you hear the scanner, a little like that charge. Yep.
Yep, and we did have the old side swapperoo as Arrow 4-4 now going on the defense, and Cobra Cartel now going on the offense.
Running that pistol round.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, Akari is blinded and smoked, just barely standing there. Blink's pushing up on her. And they all come out of the tunnel all at once. What a push.
Wow, that was something right there. I mean, just overloading and overpowering that defense. Badger going to have it out for him right now as he's coming in, picking up, trying to pick up one, does get taken out by 2 of them there. Good bet. And defense running up the ramp here. Grenade out between the 2. Doesn't kill anybody. Does make some contact. Tricky trying to get him up here. Got a lot of work to do here as Good Bet makes that turn and finds that last kill. 9-2 in favor of Cobra Cartel.
Round starting. Get ready.
Cobra Cartel up a lot of points. Air 404 really need to bring this back, but it looks like there was another tactical timeout called.
Another timeout called as we did get into round number 11. Maybe we can find out what the issue is going to be here.
It looks like they are subbing out Orzo for another player.
Okay. I think Orzo had a bit of a high ping, and there was some concern about that. Looks like it is going to be a swap out. And it's nice to have that ping, register through there so everybody can tell, everybody make sure they're on, a good connection and not having any issues at home. And that stuff happens, man. It's technology, it's internet, it could be one bad storm day, one bad wire. There's so much that could go wrong. As we wouldn't, as you know well enough, Trip, being our technical guy.
Just sometimes replacing the Ethernet cable solves all of the problem.
Yeah. Sometimes just start with the cables, right? Turn it off, turn it back on, and then switch the cables. If that doesn't. I mean, turning it off or unplugging it and plugging it back in has been working for what, 50, 60 years now? That's been the go-to.
It'll keep working once we get AI and some artificial intelligence and robots. It'll be the same thing. Have you tried turning it off and back on? It's never ending. It's age old.
still pretty much the same loadouts as well. You know, a couple AKs and M4s being used here. And no SMGs really on this map so far. It's a bit surprising to see a lot of SMG usage from a lot of teams. You know, that rapid fire, that shots per second.
Especially if you push that like catwalk area, right? You're close range enough. You want that rapid fire.
Yeah, usually you have your upfront guys, you know, your in the face action guys running those SMGs, trying to get those early shots, and you got your long shot guys and your guys holding overlook and overwatch from, you know, site to site down through the tunnel, the underpass, and they usually using your M4s and your AKs, but not today. It's all rifles. Looks like they did get their 5th member in. Scanter 47 has entered the building. Hey, this is what I love about VR. You can see Patty, you know, moving the hands back and forth, you know, maybe just doing some stretches, keeping the blood flowing. You know, we do that at the computer too. If you're playing a video game, you're on a console, you're on a PC game or whatever it is, you know, you're doing that, but you know, people can't see it. People can't see the reactions. You know, here with your headset on, you know, look at Mikkel, you know, he's here doing some squats or some
Natick spray is coming out and they're praising Natick. Natick?
Oh, they are praising him. Yes.
All right, game starting back up.
Yes, sir. 5 seconds to go here. 3, 2, 1. Round number 12, back in it. And here we go. Cobra Cartel on the offense here. Going, looks like a heavy A push. Scanner almost got forgotten as Z-Link does pick that up just in time. And that's one great thing about the game here as well, is there's only one member that can hold the scanner. So you have to keep tabs on with your team, let people know where you're at with the scanner, who has it, where it went down if you do go down, because you cannot scan it, or you cannot scan the artifact without that one single piece of equipment. Heavy A push still ringing out. Cobra and Scanter do trade there as they do push through middle. Good bet coming around, looking for that refrag. Not connecting. Z-Link coming around on the long side, does pick up the scanner. Going in for it.
Scan started.
45 seconds for the complete scan time. Defense needs 7 seconds or so to defuse. So timing is of an essence here as Tricky and Amakosik do make their rotations from A site, or from B site onto A site. Amakosik going on the long. Tricky trying to go through the middle, but great defensive smoke. Or offensive smoke. Oh. What a nade, my goodness.
What a throw.
Wow. I mean, a lot of that comes down to a little bit of luck, just trying to get it there, but I'm sure he knew somebody was hiding in those barrels around that crate. Beautiful throw by Tricky. Got a highlight out of that regardless. Wow, what a toss.
Get ready.
I love the graphics of the utility as well, the sounds, you can even see the sound wave suppressions on the nades, the flashes. Really cool stuff. A lot of work's been put into a good bet grab, and Badger.
Really aggressive defensive push there from Badger, going up right into the middle, trying to fight him out. But all of Cobra Cartel going to be coming up mid. Flash is coming out, and they're swinging, smoking one side, pushing the other.
What a pre-fire there by Mikkel as he comes around the corner and grabs him.
A is open, but I don't know where the scanner... Oh, the scanner is being placed right now. Scanter has the scanner.
Scanter with the scanner. It's just play on words there. Beautifully done there by the offense, and just overpowering this A side and now tucking in. The offense now going on defense here. Bit of switch of roles. And Mikosik got 2 in his face. And Mikkel coming out victorious on that. And that is the victory. 11-2 in favor of Cobra Cartel. Trip, man, what a battle that has today. First round.
What a battle indeed. Air 404. Still alive. You know what happens until you lose 2, so you've got some time to make it back. You could still technically qualify.
Yep, it is a long day yet. It is a long day yet. You know, it's a super Swiss style tournament, but again, if you lose 2 rounds, you are basically removed from today's tournament and have a chance at another day. And then we just keep playing until we get down to we find that last top 6. And the first few weeks of this has been 3 rounds. In 3 rounds we figure it all out. So today there's 14 to 16 teams, something like that.
I'm gonna take a look real quick. Let's see what we've got on the qualifiers 4 page. 14 teams it looks like.
14 teams, yeah. That's been 14 to 20 almost every day that we've been having this, and yeah, awesome stuff, man. All right, now in between round 1 and round 2 here of the games, you're going to get a 15-minute break. I would imagine we're the last one, being those 2 long technical timeouts. But we'll double check. Let me double check here, make sure there's no other lobbies up and running. Does not look like it. So that was the last one. There is a good 15-minute break for the teams before we get into round number 2. And yep, we will send you guys off to an intermission, and we'll be back here in 10 or 15 minutes. Make sure you get yourself that little bit of drink, snack, whatever you need to stick with us here. Will be a few hours of beautiful Vail time to come yet. I'm Lampy28. This is IVRL qualifier date number 4. Trip and I will be back here in just a minute.